What's up, YouTube? Today we will be going through the different groups of the World Cup in exactly 6 days. We will have the first game at the World Cup. 48 teams, 12 different groups, 4 teams each group, 3 host nations. At the end of all this, after a month of relentless football, high intensity games, there will only be one winner, one champion, one nation who will be standing on top of the world lifting this gorgeous trophy. Look at that. It's gorgeous. It's magnific, you know? It's beautiful. It's epic. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great month. So yeah. Anyways, today we will be going through each groups, the different teams, their squads, and then this will lead us onto our serious bracket. After doing some sort of analysis and seeing the different players and what we think would be the chances of each team going through. So yeah, we'll just deep dive into each group, talking a little bit about each teams, and then choosing, picking my top three actually. And yeah, so this will be in 3 parts. This is the first part of a series of 3 episodes, let's call it like that. Um, 4 groups in each episode. So yeah, let's dive right into it. So this is Group A. Just give me a minute. Need to fix something. So I'm gonna go smaller now. Yeah, Group A. Group A, we got one of the hosts, Mexico. Actually, all the hosts are in groups A, B, and D. Mexico in group A, Canada in group B, and the United States in group D. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. Group A, we got Mexico, South Korea, and South Africa, and Czech Republic. I guess you're already seeing my predictions, but that's fine. We're just gonna go through the different squads first. So Mexico, we got as goalkeepers, Guillermo Ochoa is still there. Or maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I'm seeing. Um, some key players, I think there's the striker Santiago Jimenez, and there's also Raul Jimenez who plays at Fulham. So those two. But yeah, they're the co-hosts. They're playing all their group games at home in Mexico City and Azteca. So they're gonna have the home crowds, the home support with them. It's gonna be electric, and that's gonna be massive pressure on them as well because they haven't gone through the group stage since 2014. So it's been 12 years, 3 different editions. 2018, yeah, 2014, 2018, and 2022, they haven't gone past the group stage, and now at home in front of their country, they have a pressure to at least go to the next round. So yeah, and then we got South Africa, the Bafana first World Cup since 2010. In 2010, they qualified because they were the one hosting it, but this time they impressed in the qualifiers. They won 5 games and drew 2. They topped the African group by 1 point over Nigeria. They got the striker Lyle Foster from Burnley, who is decent. He scored against Man United and Spurs this season. They didn't win any pre-tournament friendly, so there's quite some concern there. But yeah, overall, they're a decent team with Lyle Foster as their key player. On the other side, we got South Africa with a great qualifiers for them. They were unbeaten in all of their 10 games in the qualifiers. Key players are Son Heung-min, who now plays for LAFC, Kim Min-jae, center back at Bayern Munich, one of the best, you could say, in the world. We got Lee Kang-in from PSG. You know, they might be the dark horse of this group, but on paper they got a really good team who have been playing together. And then we got Czech Republic. It's their first World Cup since 2006. You know, it's been 20 years since the last one. They qualified through the playoffs, beating Ireland and Denmark on penalties. Key players are Patrick Schick and Thomas Suchet. I guess we can add Vladimir Kufal as well in it, but overall, it's a a decent team, and this is an open group. It's not a group of death. It's a decent group on paper, but as we mentioned, Mexico playing at home in front of their crowd, they'll have the support, all their group games are at home. I think they should be winning this group and making it through to the next round for the first time since 2014. And then, just based on the players that they have, I think South Korea will make it through. They'll be second in this group, and I think South Africa will just edge Czechia for the third place. So there we have it. This is my top four for Group A. Now on to Group B. We got host Canada, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Qatar, and Switzerland. Some key players for Canada are Jonathan David, the striker. We got Alfonso Davies, the left back, excuse me, from who plays for Bayern Munich. So some key players. Jonathan David plays for Juve. So yeah, and they haven't won a single game at the World Cup so far. In 2022, they lost all their games. They lost their previous 6 games at the World Cup. I think there were only 6 games, and yeah, so now in front of their home crowd, they'll have a support, you know, they should try and do something. It's a better team since last year, and the coach, Jesse March, has been coaching them for a few years now. I believe a couple of years at least. And yeah, so they should win their first game this year. It's on paper, it's a group where they can win at least one game and make it through. On the other side, we got Bosnia Herzegovina, first World Cup since 2014, beating Wales and Italy in the playoffs. Main striker is Edin Dzeko. Well, he's not going to be the main striker, but a key name, I would say. He is nearly 40 years old now. He's been around for a while, great experience, you know. And we also have Shod Kolasinac in defense, you know, who used to play for Arsenal a few years ago. Pretty alright team on paper for this group. They might do something, there might be a surprise in this group, you know. They're gonna be battling Canada for the second spot and third spot. Qatar, they were the host in 2022, hasn't won a single game. They made it through this time, which is a step up. They do have a good coach in Lopetegui, who was a former Spain and Madrid coach, you know. Honestly, I don't know any of their players, so it's gonna be new for me. I don't think they're gonna win any game this time around as well. They might get a draw against Bosnia or Canada. That's about it, but yeah, I don't see them doing anything. They should just enjoy their time and, you know, promote their country. And then we have Switzerland, who won their qualifying group with 14 points, only conceding 2 goals in 6 games. Key players Granit Xhaka, Manuel Akanji. Yeah, so decent team, the better team in this group, in my opinion. Gregor Kobel, really good goalie. they've always been solid at the World Cups, never get enough credit, you know. They usually make it to a round of 16 quarterfinals. They're always in and around in the mix, you know. So yeah, in my opinion, they're the favorites to win this Group B, so they should be number one for me. I'm giving Canada the second spot just for the fact that they are playing at home. They'll have a home support, the crowd will be with them. So that's another plus, that's a boost for them. And honestly, on paper, they should be beating Qatar and the bare minimum drawing Bosnia. But as we know, football isn't played on paper. But yeah, on paper, they should be getting at least 4 points, which should be enough for second place in this group to make it through to the next round. So there we have it. Switzerland, Canada, Bosnia, and Qatar. And then next up, Group C, we have two serious teams in this group in Brazil and Morocco. They should be 1 and 2 in this group, and then we got Haiti making the World Cup debut, and Scotland back in the World Cup for the first time since 1998. The key match in this group would be Brazil versus Morocco. Um, let's start straight up with Brazil. Hasn't won the World Cup since 2002, so 24 years. But they do be the team with the most World Cup with 5. Carlo Ancelotti has been their coach, has been hired as their coach for this World Cup. They do have a really good team. Alisson Ederson, whoever is going to be the number one goalie, both are great. I prefer Alisson honestly as a Liverpool fan. Alexandro, who used to play for Juventus, Danilo, Douglas Santos, Gabriel Magalhaes, good centre back. Marquinhos, great centre back. Bruno Guimaraes, Casemiro, Fabinho is still there, Lucas Paqueta in midfield, and then we got Hendrick, Martinelli, Igor Thiago, Mateus Cunha, Neymar Jr., Rafinha Ryan, and Vinicius Jr. Um, decent team, good team on paper, honestly, and Carlo Ancelotti, we know what he got in his backpack, the pedigree of Carlo, you know, one of the greatest coach of all time, won multiple Champions League as a coach, won a league title in every league he's coached in. He is a winner. It's not a fancy Brazil team, you know. When you think about Brazil, you think of samba, the joga bonito, you know, like the great football. On paper, those players don't reflect that. Maybe Vinicius Junior kind of reflect that, and Paqueta, but the rest, you know, it's not like when you think of Brazil, you think of Ronaldinho, the Kaká, um, the Cafu, you know, the Roberto Carlos, all of them technically really good. Marcelo. I'm not saying this team is not technically good, but you know, it's just, I guess, the weight of a name. But again, on paper, really good team. Casemiro won about 5 Champions League. Fabinho, Champions League winner. Guimaraes is really good. Neymar, we don't need. Well, yeah, Neymar and Vinicius are the electric players in this team, but we cannot not talk about Igor Thiago. What a season he's had in the Premier League, you know, scoring 22, 23 goals. Rafinha is good. Ryan is an upcoming superstar as well. He just need to prove himself. And in defense, Marquinhos just won back-to-back Champions League, so and Gabriel just won the Premier League. Alisson, Ederson, both Premier League and Champions League winners. So it's a team full of winners, just not fancy or you know when eh, when you think about again, I don't know how to put it. It's like when you think about the Brazilian teams, you know, the players. It's like it's a beautiful football, but it doesn't really reflect in this squad. But again, as we just went through, team of winners. They've won many things, so they all have good history to back themselves. So I see them going far in this World Cup, and they'll be winning their group easily. On the other side, we got Morocco, who lost the AFCON final recently against Senegal, but has some decent players with a really good goalie, Yassin Bounou. We got Mazraoui, who plays for Man United. Issa Diop is not too bad. And then in midfield, Amrabat is really good. We got Brahim Diaz, who plays for Real Madrid, and one of the best right backs currently in world football, Ashraf Hakimi. Morocco is not a team that we should be sleeping on. They are a threat to this group. They could top the group, but I do think Brazil has that tiny bit of experience with their coach, first of all, and the players we just went through. And then we got Haiti. Haiti, it's their first World Cup ever. They won the CONCACAF Group C to qualify. And I was surprised when I looked at this squad. I thought I was not gonna know any players, any Haitian players. But surprisingly, it's a decent team, and most of them play in Europe, like in France, Angers, Sochaux, and so on. And we got Jean Richner Bellegarde, who plays for Wolves, and Wilson Isidore, who play for Sunderland. So it's a really good team, you know, good strikers. Isidore did have a really good season with Sunderland this year, and Bellegarde, of course, we got relegated with Wolves, but you know he played in the Premier League. Um, I don't think they'll win any game, but it's a surprisingly all right team on paper. Like I thought, as I mentioned, I don't think I'd know one single player, but here we are. I know two. And then on the other side, Scotland. Well, before we move on to Scotland, I just think the Haitian players should just enjoy themselves, make the most out of this tournament, just have fun, play their football, and see where it takes them, you know? But in my opinion, they're not gonna win any games. But I could be totally wrong. I hope they prove me wrong, but I don't. There's no way they win against Brazil or Morocco, and Scotland, maybe a draw, but Scotland has really good players as well. We got Scott McKenna, not too bad. Kieran Tierney, Andrew Robertson, the captain, who just left Liverpool this season. Ben Doak is really good. Billy Gilmore, John McGinn, Ryan Christie, Scott McTominay, Shea Adams in front. Decent midfield on paper because those are some of the players that I watch on a weekly basis, right? As they play in the Prem or around Europe. Um, McTominay for Napoli, McGinn, Aston Villa, Gilmore. I don't know if he's still at Norwich, but he's somewhere there. Bandok and Christie for Bournemouth. So you know, I know them, and they are a passionate team. They'll be there to entertain, you know, and they could do something. You know, they're gonna play with their heart. They got workhorses in their team, like the Gilmore, the Bendok, the Christie, the McGinn, even Robertson. Those are workhorses. They'll be running and running. They'll be fighting. They'll be playing with everything they have. They got grit, you know. Yeah. So, in my opinion, again, I could be wrong. Brazil should be winning this group easily. Morocco could give them a good fight, but Brazil should win this. Morocco number two, Scotland will be third, and Haiti, like I said, fourth. There we have it. So this is the first. This is for Group C. Straight on to Group D now. We got the third, the co-host United States. This group is a genuine chaos potential. You know, because Turkey recently beat USA in a friendly. Um, On paper, the US has a decent team. I was surprised when I saw that as well. And I think they can win their group. They got Christian Pulisic, who is their captain and on paper their best player. Gio Reyna is a really good one as well. Polarin Balogun, good striker, who I think started his career at Arsenal. Tyler Adams, Weston McKennie, Tim Weah. In defense, Sergino Dest, not bad. Anthony Robinson from Fulham, and Matt Turner is a good goalie as well. Reina and Tillman could provide the creativity behind Pulisic, and they could use Pulisic's speed. They did lose to Turkey, as we mentioned in a recent friendly, but Pochettino's is a decent coach. He was hired specifically for this World Cup. And we'll go through the other teams, but I think on paper they have the better team in this group. Again, they'll have a home support. They're playing all their groups game in the United States, so the crowd will be behind them. Of course, it's a pressure, but it's also a boost. So they should at least make it to the next round. And then we have Paraguay. Um, Key players: Diego Gomez from Brighton is not too bad, decent player. Julio Enciso as well, who used to play for Brighton and now he's at Strasbourg. And then we got Miguel Almiron, ex Newcastle players, so some decent key players. They do play the US in the opener game on June 12th. So if they win this group could potentially be a chaotic group. It's Paraguay's first World Cup since 2010. Their comeback after 16 years. And then we got Australia, who were quarterfinalists in 2022, their best World Cup run ever. So they are going to be playing in Vancouver, which is practically a home game since OC fans can travel. So we might have some crowd support. Um, Honestly, I don't know any of their players. The only one I might know is Matthew Ryan, who used to play for Brighton or Nottingham Forest, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but yeah, they are always decent at World Cups. They're always there. It's just that I don't know much about them. But Swato and Leicester defense, and then so some young talents that who plays in England, so good experience there. And then lastly we have Turkey in this group, qualified through the playoffs, beating Kosovo under pressure, but showed mental strength and resilience. They got Hakan Kalhanoglu, one of the best free kick taker who plays for Inter Milan, and then Arda Güler, one of the upcoming superstars playing for Real Madrid. And we also have Kenan Yildiz, who could be a breakout star. He currently plays for Juventus. And yeah, as we mentioned, they recently beat the US. They got a decent team on paper. Soyuncu in defense, Ozan Kabak, who was on loan at Liverpool a few seasons ago, Hakan, Arda Güler, Kenan Yildiz. Yeah, decent team. And in this group, I have the United States with the home support winning this group, but it's a wide open group. Anything can happen. At the end of the day, I have to make a choice, and I pick the United States winning this group, Turkey finishing second, and Paraguay third. I don't see Australia repeating what they did in 2022, but I could be wrong. So yeah, there we have it. This is the first part of the 3 episodes. Tune in for the next groups. I'll see you in the next one. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment what you think. Who is gonna be your top 2, top 3 in each team, and who do you think might win the whole thing? You know? Yeah. Just drop a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed that, and if you want to see more of me. If not, that's fine as well. Just do it anyway. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one.